Hi moms. Okay, this one, I know I always say this is super important, but like this is super duper important. So this topic that I get from so many moms that either I'm coaching or they message me. Okay, Carolyn, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna try our best. Thanks so much. You don't understand, but like my child doesn't really like any of that food and they have sensory issues, but we'll do our best. Thank you so much. And so here's what I want to tell you. This is the time when it's a healing crisis that you are going to go hardcore. And I know you think that your child will not eat the types of foods that I bring up. And I know you think that it cannot be done. And I know you think that the sensory issues will preclude your child from being able to eat real food all the time. But I am going to tell you that's not true. And understand this too, sensory issues are part of the cycle of the food. So in other words, the food that they eat either contributes to or helps decrease the brain inflammation. When we have brain inflammation, we have sensory issues. We have increased sensory issues. So wrong food in causes inflammation, causes brain inflammation, causes more sensory issues. And then they don't want to eat the right food because they have sensory issues. So that's why it's sometimes really hard until you make the decision that like, there is no other food but real food in our house, and we're going to give this, and there's not going to be any triggers. There's going to be no gluten, dye, preservatives, refined sugar, or corn, except for like maybe some Bob's Red Mill organic popping corn you're going to make on the stove with olive oil and sea salt. But you're going to remove those triggers, and you're going to do that so that the brain starts to calm down. And I know it sounds impossible, and you're going to say, no, my children just won't eat that. Well, I will tell you they actually will eat it, because if they haven't eaten in a couple of days, they will eat it. And you're now going to say, what are you talking about? What do you mean my child's not going to eat for a couple of days? Well, what I'm saying is that you will only have the foods available, and I don't care if this means you have to hide all other foods. I don't care if you have to throw them out. I shouldn't say I don't care. You know that I do care. I'm just trying to be like militant here because I've been where you are. So I need you to get rid of those foods that would be harmful for them so that they can't sneak them. Like when my son Charlie used to sneak the coffee creamer, like literally go into our garage refrigerator and get that creamer and chug it. And one time I found him and he was behind the row of bicycles, and I went, Charlie, and like he jumped, and then all the bicycles fell on him, and then the coffee creamer went everywhere, and he's crying and I'm crying, and it was so bad. And I figured that out, guys. You know what I did? Listen, I took the coffee creamer label and I pulled it off, and then I took a black Sharpie and I wrote mushroom milk, and I put it right back in the fridge. Do not ask me how I came up with mushroom milk. Like, that's disgusting. But that was the answer, right? Because then Charlie was like, didn't even look at it again. That's just a little trick there. Like, you're welcome. So the thing is this, what you need to remember right now is that it's a healing crisis. So healing crisis, think if you had a broken arm, you had a cast on your arm, you would not say to yourself, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna unzip this cast during the day and just take it off every once in a while. Or, you know, I'm just not gonna sleep with it. Or, you know what, I really feel like playing baseball today because baseball is my favorite sport. So I'm just gonna take the cast off, I'm gonna play some baseball, and then I'm gonna put it back on later. And then you're gonna wonder why weeks later, because the doctor said it should be about 6 to 8 weeks, why is it not healed? Why is it actually doing worse? Well, because you didn't do what the doctor told you to do. You didn't, in the healing crisis, keep it protected and let it heal. So what I'm asking you to do is during this time, during this healing crisis, you must give the body, the esophagus, the most gentle foods without the triggers so that it can heal. And while it's healing, then it frees up your body to then like go after all the toxins that were already sitting inside the cells, which were causing all this inflammation and causing the brain to have the inflammation and causing the sensory issues and all the behaviors. So you need to just stay in the healing crisis and go, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna do this for like 3, 6, 8, 9 months. You're just gonna do it because you just have to do it. And you know, it's funny, I have moms all the time who say, well, I don't think we can do it. Well, you know, I guarantee you, if you had a friend who said that their child just got diagnosed with cancer and that they were just told that they were gonna have to put them on an 8-month chemotherapy treatment every Monday, and that they were gonna lose their hair and they were gonna be fatigued and they were gonna be sick and tired and feeling horrific, I'll tell you that those parents would never let that child see them sweat. They wouldn't let that child see them cry. They wouldn't let that child think for 1 second that this wasn't going to work and they're all going to be strong and they're going to pull through it and it's going to be okay and we're going to watch movies together and I'll get you a new toy and we're going to just do this because we know that during this time of healing crisis that we just pull together and we do hard things. So all I'm asking you to do is do the same thing, but wait a second. Oh, wow. They won't lose their hair. They won't be tired. They won't be sick. They won't get worse. They're going to get better. You're going to heal them from within. You're going to allow the body to do what it's meant to do naturally. So I know that this time sucks. And I know that maybe your husband is like, you are crazy and you're wreaking havoc on our house. I know that. That's where we were. My husband literally was like, you're killing us, Carolyn. There's no food to eat and I don't see a change in Charlie. And I go, I know, I don't know what I'm doing. And then I'd give in and then he'd go 2 steps, 3 steps backwards. But then I'd read something else and I'm like, but this should work. So then I would try this and I'd spend all this money on this new diet and that new diet. And I'm telling you, when I finally had this aha moment and it was like, stop, no special diet, nothing special, lighten the load, fruits, vegetables, take out the gluten and the dairy and the preservatives and the refined sugars and the dyes and the corn and just feed real food slowly, gently, let his body heal itself. Then add some supplements. Yay, supplements. And if you don't know what supplements to add, you can go to join my Facebook group. It's called Take Control of ADHD Now. I've got all my supplements in there. So please ask me about that as well. But that definitely takes you to the next level. But the diet is the game changer. If you have a wrecked gut, it won't even absorb all these expensive supplements that you're buying. So you need to heal the gut and go about that first and then start adding the supplements. So that's the conversation for today. I know I can be like annoying and in your face and a little bit at you, but I'm only talking to you as if you were myself 8 years ago. And I wish that somebody had done this for me. I love you, moms. You can do this. Even if you hate me right now, you're going to thank me later. You got this.